Hey everybody, we're not going to draw a Disney character this time. We're going to draw a different character. We're going to draw a Smurf. Smurfs are so cool. La 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 la. That's Smurfette. We're going to draw, I guess it's Happy Smurf. So first you make an oval, really light, sideways, like that. Okay, looks like a potato. And then halfway through it, we're going to bring a horizontal line across right through it, like that. I'm keeping it really light. And then 3/4 of the way across, we're going to bring a guideline down, like that. See? Now, where you place his nose is very important. It's a big round nose. And it's shaped like a backwards letter C or a letter D. So I'm just going to sculpt it around, and the lines on this are very thick, so it may take me a few minutes to actually sculpt it, but that's the, see exactly where I put the nose? It's part of it is in all 4 corners of my guidelines. And here's my best little artist page right here.
Hi.
Is he Happy Smurf? Is that his name? Oh, alright. So now the next thing we're going to do is let's put it on his eyes. So right on the corner of his nose, see, I have a model sheet that I sketched out like that. So we're going to be drawing that. So I follow along my own model sheet. Right on the corner of his nose, I'm going to go ahead and put a pupil. Just a black circle. Like that. Then I can go above that and make another letter C. This one's forwards. And it comes down almost to the guideline, the horizontal guideline. So I make that C, and I put the pupil in there. See, so from the one pupil to the other eye, and then I'm going to go ahead and make his other eye, which is just a curved line. You'll see the lines are really thick, so I have to go over them a couple times, so just be patient with me. Remember, you can pause the video at any time. See, if I just hit pause. No, I'm only kidding, I didn't hit pause. See, and there's his eyes. Now while we have his eyes, let's go almost to the top of the oval, right above his eyes, and make his eyebrows. So first I'm going to make just some thin lines, like that. But now I'm going to make them thick, like they were teardrops. And shade them in, and wait till you see how thick they are. Like that. See how they've changed already? Now, if you go along, let me just show you this here. Let me clean up some of these lines. If you go along the horizontal guideline a little bit, about one eye space, like if you took that whole eye and moved it over one more space, that's the distance between the eye and the dimple, but it's along the horizontal line. So I'll show you. It's hard to describe. I know, Teddy's very silly. Like that. See where it is? You could fit another eye between that dimple and his one eye. And then we're going to take this smile and bring it all the way almost to his nose, but not touching it. And we're going to just darken that like that. See, we're getting there. Now his smile is the letter U, but it's not straight down. It's on an angle. Wait, I'll pause again. Pause. Okay, we're not. That's fun, isn't it? Alright. So this will come down to the bottom of the circle on an angle. Like that. See? And it's touching the bottom of the circle. So we've used our oval. We've used our oval it was very handy. Now, if you put like a little spearmint leaf or a little almond shape inside the mouth, and then color everything else in around it, that would be his tongue. I always tell you in my videos, don't shade in the tongue, shade in the back of the mouth. Even in Smurfs, that rule still applies. See? Now, yeah, you wouldn't have a tongue, it'd just be a big hole. Alright, so now we're going to come to the end of our oval, and I'm going to make his ear, which is another letter C. So it's a big round. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. So a nice big C here. I like the letter C. I do. I like the letter C. It's one of my favorite letters. So you know, outside the oval, right there. So it's almost like his nose, but over here again. And his ear is more rounded than the nose, but I just wanted to show you those two shapes are so similar. Then we show some thickness in his ear with that line right there. Then another letter C inside, which shows the folds of his ear, like that. See? That almost looks like the letter Y on its side, or an H. But there's this little bump that's shaded inside his ear too, and that gives it some more depth. So see how I added, if you look inside his ear, you'll see above the Y shape, or right in the corner of it, there's that circle that's filled in. Alright, so now we can go from the ear, under his mouth, all the way to his nose, and this is a nice long line. So just let me sculpt it out and get it just right, and then I can show you. Remember, I have to do it a couple times because it's very thick. How thick is it, Paige? Very thick, right. Like that. And then that line would continue through his nose and come out on the other side above his nose, like this. See, so I went from his ear underneath to his nose, through his nose, and out on the top. And then there's a little definition line to show, because he's wearing a hat, of course. Now let's get. It'd be funny looking. He wouldn't be much of a Smurf, right? Very good. Alright, so off of the ear, now along our oval, not quite all the way to the eyebrow, we're going to make this line. Like that. See that line right there? That line, right. Now, from behind his ear, well, let's hold on let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have to, above his eyebrows, really light, I want to sketch this out, really light. Above his eyebrows, I just put a line, like that. And watch, now it comes down on an angle, and around under his like eye. So what we did is we sculpted it around like that. So I started with a line, then I just came down, then around, and it's like right under that definition thing. That's what I was trying to call it, a little definition line, but it's right like where his nose is, where his nose meets his face. Alright, I sort of like that line, so I'm going to go ahead and darken it and keep it, lock it in, make sure it's in there forever and ever and ever. Oh, I think it's time we pause. Ready? Pause. Okay, I'm paused. Alright, now from behind his ear we're going to go up, and we're going to go higher than that line. So very lightly I just sculpt that line out like that. See? From behind his ear, up. Okay. And then we come over like that. And now it's going to go around and give him that floppy part of his hat, which is shaped like the letter D. That's another letter I like. I like the letter C, and I like the letter D.
D stands for Dallas Cowboys, Disney World, and Daddy.
And C stands for Cowboys. And cookies. I like the letters C and D. They're very special. Alright, so now that we darken that in, look what we have. Oh my goodness! It looks like a finger going like that. Well, I guess it would be like that, see? See? See how it's a finger? Okay. And then there's just a little bent line connecting it right inside. Like that. How cool is that, huh? And that's a Smurf. So I'm going to sign my name, T-I-M-B-R-I-T-T, cross my T's and dot my I's with 1-1. And I hope you had a Smurfing good time. Yeah. That's cute. Practice it a little bit. He's tough. But really cute. Alright, should we pause one more time? Alright, remember to pause the videos when you want to draw. Thanks for having fun with us.
Bye-bye.
And that's another little artist right here. Sammy Jane and Paige out there in the UK. I hope you have fun.